My story could be yours.
I could be you.
I could be your wife.
I could be you.
I could be you.
I could be you.
And I could be your mum.
So this is a story about me, but it's also a story about an experience growing up in the outback.
Today I'm talking mainly about my dad. I love this picture of him, so I think he was a bit of a playboy back in his day. But
I grew up on the Sunshine Coast, was a bit of a beach bunny.
Yeah, any opportunity, we'd always be at the beach.
there's lots of photos of him that have been ripped in half by my mother, so I assume they were with other women, so...
About 40 years old.
I was 25 years old.
I would have probably been 10 years old.
When I was 9, my mum was looking at my arm, and then all of a sudden she freaked out, and I was just like, what's going on?
My name is Gina Savage. I was 20 when my melanoma was found.
Hi, my name's Tamara Betts and I'm the mother of Emma. When Emma was in East Timor, she did quite a bit of scuba diving, and it was actually her dive master, as she was taking her wetsuit off, that noticed the mole on her shoulder.
I believe Dad started to get like really bad headaches and got really ill, so he went back to the doctor again, and this time they actually cut it out.
They did a wider incision, so it was about 10 centimetre cut down her shoulder. At that point, a surgeon told us that there would be maybe only a 5% chance that there was ever any further involvement into lymph nodes or anything. But unfortunately, Emma was in that 5%. It had already, had gone to her lymph nodes. So a year later, she was stage 3, had lymph nodes removed from underneath her arm, and progressed to stage 4 very quickly.
From when they started cutting it all out of him to when he died was only 6 months.
She was given maybe 6 months to live.
Exactly 6 months after Dad died, I lost my first husband to melanoma as well. So my son doesn't remember his dad either.
First one I had was a squamous cell carcinoma cut out of the back of my leg. And from there on, it just kept going. Over 20, yeah, well over 20, yeah, well over 20. I'd say 30 to 40 cut out, yeah.
This was 2 weeks ago when I got my skin cancer cut out.
We went back home, and then a few days later he called us up. It's an early stage melanoma.
I had a couple of moles on my back, and the doctor thought they looked a little bit dodgy, and I actually ended up going under the knife and having 2 of them removed. I think I was about 11 years old when that happened.
You know, I didn't realise how serious it was at the time, and they had told me that I was stage 3C, which was pretty serious. This was the primary melanoma, and this was after my first major surgery, where I had a paratidectomy and a lymphodectomy, where they took the 49 lymph nodes. After a 3-monthly routine PET scan, it showed up in my lungs, which meant that the immunotherapies I wasn't responding to any of the treatments.
Even though we were, hat, sunscreen family, at some stage, we all do get a dose of sun.
Australia is fortunate to have a fantastic outdoor lifestyle. Comes with this is very high rates of sunburn. Getting a sunburn is getting skin cells in trauma, it's getting damage, and that damage accumulates over time. Every sunburn that we have increases our risk for developing skin cancer in our lifetime.
You should never take, having to watch someone you love or yourself go through something like this for it to be, a factor that allows someone to, go and have their skin checked.
So that's my story.
So that was my dad's story.
Being 23, I didn't think I'd ever have a melanoma story.
I wish I'd never had one.
And I hope to never hear one from you.
But here I am.
There are so many types of cancer you just can't do anything about.
But you can prevent skin cancer.
But you really can prevent melanoma.
I'm not just some stranger telling you to protect yourself,
I could be your wife.
and I could be your mum.
I could be you.
My family needs me to be here for a little longer.
And there's a loved one who's going to need more time with you.
So if you're not going to cover up for yourself,
Do it for them.
Do it for them.
Do it for them.
If you try and change the skin you had,
It could change your life forever.
So I'm done talking about tans like they're glamorous.
And sunburns like they're no big deal.
They are a big deal.
Cancer is a big deal. Yeah.
Skin cancer has a face.
it's my 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 face. Don't let it be yours.